This is our new project, 2017 Ford Fiesta ST3. We paid only £2,000 for it, but it has minor issue. It doesn't run. With 86,000 miles on the dash, I don't expect much from it, but I can't wait to fix it and send it on the track. Yes, you heard it right. We are going to test our projects in real conditions. By the way, we sold our last project, Mercedes-AMG C43, for whopping £13,000. For those who want to know our budget, I will add it on the screen right now. Anyway, wanna see what will happen in this episode? Take a look. You will see professional electrician at work. And a quick tip for you, don't spill petrol on the battery.
Found out something that injectors are cooked, plastics are melted, and that's why they are not getting out. This got a little bit more interesting.
Okay, enough yappa yappa, let's go fix that damn Fiesta. Let's start this bad boy. Alright, so today was supposed to be simple. I tried to start the car and yeah, it didn't crank. Then it hits me. I didn't even check the oil. Rookie mistake, that's on me. So I go check the oil and the dipstick is completely stuck. Like properly stuck. Like stuck. After fighting with it for a bit, I ended up snapping it. Perfect, just getting better and better. Then I notice the bonnet doesn't even close properly. Also found some random pink details, definitely previous owner vibes. After looking around, found even more broken parts like air filter box, both headlights, even coolant expansion tank. What the hell? So I start stripping off the broken parts just to see what we will have to replace. Never in my life had I seen a coolant cap this stuck, so I had to call in my little friend, the Cobra pliers. Cap off, filter still stuck inside. Perfect, new coolant bottle it is. Classic British weather, rain and mud everywhere, not exactly ideal conditions, so I got it up in the air to see what's hiding underneath, and what I found was a straight pipe. Not sure how this is passing an MOT, but I'm definitely going to enjoy the sound it makes. After checking underneath, I tried turning the engine over by hand. Nothing. Then grabbed a breaker bar and finally managed to get it moving. Great success! So now at least we know the engine isn't completely seized, which is a good sign. At this point I need a second person to spray some easy start while I crank it. So that's a job for tomorrow. I hooked up a scanner to check for faults, and of course the battery dies right then and there. So yeah, that's why I call it a day. Now quick change of plans. Let's go pick up my boy Riti from the airport.
And welcome back. Let's check what Ziggy was cooking up while I was away. Maybe my electrician's hands will help out to start this baby up. Remember kids, smell test everything. Try to start it. Engine is trying to crank, but we got a huge leak coming from the fuel rail. Maybe that's why it's not starting. If you don't know how to fix it, try reading a book. While removing spark plugs, don't make sparks somewhere else. First thing that I noticed while working on this car that the spark plugs are torqued with way too many Newton meters. Have a magnet. Which leads one step closer of overheated engine from the head gasket failure. Chances of rebuilding this engine are getting slimmer and slimmer by each hour. Give me a magnet! Come on, I need a magnet!
Here.
After using too much force, I managed to get the spark plugs out. I see catastrophic failure of this engine. Spark plugs are covered in oil and coolant buildup. Looks like they were painted with brown paint all over them. I think it shouldn't look like this. There is one more thing that we can do before letting this engine rest in peace. We can check engine cylinder compression. So Ziggy, bring out the tools. You ready?
Wait!
I'm driving.
No, okay. Nothing.
0. New day, fresh start. Let's continue searching for the problem. First thing I want to do is to remove rocket cover, because I want to check how everything looks deeper inside the engine. And we just found a small surprise. We cannot remove injectors. This seems to be stuck. Find out something that injectors are cooked, plastics are melted, and that's why they are not getting out. This got a little bit more interesting. As you can see, I'm afraid I cannot show you this. Injectors are fully cooked. That's why we cannot remove them. Come Ziggy. Take a look. Ziggy, look at this. Got a little bit of heat. A little bit crunchy. After removing the unnecessary parts, now we have clear path to test compression. This is the engine's final chance to survive. Otherwise, it's headed straight to the bin. And then we discovered the problem. 0 compression. None. Not even suggestion of life. Our oldest mechanic took a look and simply said, find another engine. Rebuild it? Impossible. So now it's time to start making some calls, because the good news is it's a Fiesta and finding another engine shouldn't be that difficult. Making a first call to the guy that had the cheapest engine on the market.
Hello.
Hey, calling back for the Ford Fiesta engine.
Hi, mate.
We talked about the price. Could you do 12 for that? And keeping the air filter, because it's ripped off, or at least.
I can't do that delivered, because it's gonna, the £50 gonna cover my diesel.
Okay then, yeah mate, let's do 12.50. Cash,
Yeah?
yes?
No problem. If you wanna send me over your address.
We'll do, send it now.
What time's best for you tomorrow?
Uh,
I'm gonna leave at about 7, and you're 2 hours, so I'll be with you about 9:30. Is that okay?
That's perfect. That's good. It's really good.
No problem. Send me over your address, and I'll give you a message in the morning before I set off.
Yeah, okay, perfect. We'll do it right now. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
No problem. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye. Got the engine for 12.50. The guy didn't want it to go for 12. But okay. Still very good price.
Yeah, I won't pay anyways, so it doesn't matter.
And I don't have cash. Got new engine. Everything seems to be looking fine. We got it delivered to home, so in pretty good deal. Starting price 1,300 and collected at the place, but the guy delivered it to us for 1,200. And yes, let's put this engine inside. So we tested cylinders with camera, shitty camera, but does the work. So the walls are good. Spark plugs seems to be looking fine. No funny smells on the oil cap. Engine has plenty of oil. Yes, let's put this engine inside the car and test it out. And here we are, from simple Ford Fiesta repair to engine replacement. So let's get straight to work, because we have a lot of things to do. From 2 bad pieces we will make 1 good. Pretty light wheels.
So, as you can see, our new engine came without transmission, gearbox. So we will try to remove engine and leave gearbox inside in the car. I didn't think we could find any more problems with this car, but here we go again. Normale intercooler pipe. Look, half liter oil now. At this point it doesn't matter anymore. We have new engine ready. And we continue removing everything that stands in the way of the engine swap.
Marking the holes for the gearbox. Marking holes for the gearbox.
couldn't reach the exhaust bolts, so I'll leave that to Riti. We'll use a forklift to pull the engine out, so the bonnet has to come off too. Thanks to Riti for stripping all the plastics around the engine bay the other day. Now there are only two things left.
We have one bolt behind it.
Exhaust bolts. That's your job, Riti.
Oh, finally, started to go easier. Works like a charm. For one bolt, 10 minutes, for other bolt, 5 seconds. Okay, one left and it's up. I need to lift up the car.
And the second thing, remove the bolts holding the gearbox to the engine. Of course, there has to be at least one corroded bolt.
Did you know a seatbelt is strong enough to hold an entire engine?
Alright, time to clean up the mess and begin operation Eliminate the Bad Engine. With this heavy machinery, you have to be gentle, especially around these soft, fragile American cars. We were this close to filming a how to replace a Ford Fiesta windshield tutorial.
Bishkat gal, little bit back. Good. The gearbox is supported by batteries. Engine is hanging on the forklift. Everything is in the place. It's time to begin operation. Remove engine. And just as we were ready, we don't have enough space. The engine isn't going anywhere. So now we adapt. Drive shaft has to come out first.
It's not bad.
What are you doing?
Fixing car.
Fixing cars is fun?
Yes.
I believe you.
I love it.
At this point, my mechanic broke down.
Need to remove drive shafts. To remove drive shafts, we have to drain the gearbox oil. That's what we try to avoid, because oil is expensive. No, operator, take it.
Thank you. Prop shaft.
This is the moment you realize we are very far from professionals, and you should absolutely not use this as educational material in any way. Because right now the engine is hanging on the drive shaft and we are trying to remove it. One day we'll probably drop a car on ourselves, and that'll be the end of projects and help.
O kurwa, jeszcze mówię.
Anyway, the long drive shaft was the last thing holding it in place. So now we're finally ready to get it out. No more waiting, let's do it.
This is how the gearbox and engine looks disconnected. The gearbox is in the place. It will not go anywhere. Now we are finally free to remove the engine. It's a long and very careful process to remove an engine from the car. One wrong move and something gets damaged. So we are constantly checking every corner, running around the car, figuring out where it's stuck, where it needs to move. But most importantly, there has to be perfect communication between everyone involved. Good. Bravo! Can you spot the differences? So yes, now the plan is to take all the clutch from the old engine and place it on the new one. So yes, let's do it.
And we will fit the new engine, and we will try to start the new engine. But you will see it all in the next episode. Now, time has come to say our goodbyes to the old engine. Rite, can you make sure they press the subscribe button? Thanks.